Are you sending out resumes but getting zero interviews? You've got the experience. You're applying for everything. Still, silence. No rejection, no feedback, just digital dead air. It isn't that you didn't meet the criteria. That's your resume getting blocked by screening systems before a human even sees your name. Let's fix that fast. I'm breaking down 5 resume mistakes that slam the brakes on your application before it even gets seen. One of them is probably the first thing you added. I'll show you what to fix and a free resume tool that exposes what yours is really missing in just a few minutes. Mistake 1, formatting blocks ATS. Before we get into it, quick context. ATS stands for Applicant Tracking System. It's an AI-powered resume scanner that decides who moves forward and who gets screened out. If your resume isn't built to play nice with the AI, it won't get past the digital gatekeeper. And that's why these mistakes matter. Could the look of your resume be the very thing getting it rejected? You might think a sharp-looking resume with fancy boxes or a 2-column layout helps you stand out, but to an ATS, that's just unreadable code. Text boxes, tables, graphics, those get stripped or scrambled. Just so you know where this is coming from, I've spent over a decade on interview panels reviewing resumes that made it and plenty that didn't. I'm also a military vet, a retired federal law enforcement lieutenant, and a career coach. I don't do theory, I do real talk. ATS resume mistakes like this are one reason your resume isn't getting interviews. What if your file format is the reason you're not even getting seen? Mistake 2, wrong file type. You've probably heard send it as a PDF, and in many cases that works fine for modern systems. But here's the catch. Government agencies, contracting firms, and some older ATS still choke on PDFs. They want docs, and if you don't deliver it, you might be invisible from the jump. Here's a pro tip. If the job post asks for PDF, send PDF. If it doesn't, default to docs, because that's your safest play. This subtle but critical resume mistake in 2025 gets qualified people rejected before review. Could the words you're using be the reason you're being skipped? Mistake 3, generic language, no keywords. Keywords are simply the exact words used in the job description, skills, tools, or qualifications the company repeats. If the job post says project coordination and you wrote teamwork, you just failed the scan. ATS looks for exact match keywords from the job description. If your resume doesn't echo that language, it gets skipped. Think of your resume like a signal flare in a blackout. If it's using the wrong color, the right people never see it. Keywords are the color code, and if you miss them, you're invisible to the system. This is why your resume isn't getting noticed. It's not using the right language for the system. Here's an intel check. Look for repeated terms in the job post, tools, certifications, or action verbs. Job titles mentioned more than once, that's a signal. Hard skills always count more than soft skills. Use a tool like JobScan. Or if you're not ready for that, paste the job description into a free tool like wordcounter.net to see which words show up the most. It's not perfect, but it's better than guessing. Let me know in the comments which of these caught you off guard. Drop invisible if you're realizing what's been blocking your shot. What if the very first line on your resume is the reason you never get called? Mistake 4, missing targeted headline, job title. If your resume opens with some pretty sounding BS like driven professional seeking growth, you just said nothing. That's white noise. Here's the real problem. Most recruiters and hiring managers don't read every resume. They search by the job title first. So if the role is for program analyst and your resume doesn't even include program analyst in it, you never show up in their results. Your headline is your call sign. It should be the exact job title they're hiring for, followed by a few key areas of strength. Use this format: program analyst / federal budgeting / strategic planning. That's how you make your resume searchable and scannable. Your resume should open with the exact job title you're applying for. Don't skip it. You want to make your resume stand out, so it needs to speak their language. Could a missing section be making your whole resume invisible? Mistake 5, missing the skills section. Here's a little known fact. 65% of ATS systems start by parsing, which means scanning the skills section. If yours is buried at the bottom or missing completely, you're a ghost. Without this, your resume isn't getting selected, or worse, getting ignored by ATS altogether. Intel check. Add a clean bullet list of hard skills, software, tools, certifications. No paragraphs, no buzzwords, just signal. Quick heads up, every tool I mentioned is linked in the video description below, so you don't have to go searching. All right, I promised you a fix, and here it is. You don't need a paid service. You need 3 things: a clean ATS-friendly resume template, the exact keywords from the job post, a scanner tool like JobScan to check your match score. That's how you fix all 5 of these in 15 minutes or less. No guesswork, none of that pretty sounding BS. And here's a bonus tip. Tools like JobScan are the cheat code most job seekers don't even know exists. Now that your resume can finally get through the system, here's the next mission you've got to prep for. How do you walk into that interview and prove you're the one without sounding like every other applicant in the stack? Because that's where most people choke. They get the call, then freeze. They overtalk, or worse, say all the right things with the wrong energy. Say the wrong phrase in the first 10 minutes, you're done. Offer lost. I'll show you how to take control from the moment you sit down right here.